Srivastava, who's joining us right now outside the special CBI court in Lucknow. Rahul, just reading out parts of the verdict, it's a clean chit, complete clean chit, where the judge also says, Rahul, that it was in fact these 32 who tried to stop unwanted elements, unscrupulous elements of tearing down the Babri Masjid structure.
Preeti, as when we were discussing earlier, I was reading out pointers and replies and the statement from Mr. L.K. Advani and several other leaders. We were told that most of the leaders have very emphatically said a few things. One, that the car seva was symbolic. It was not unlawful as it was permitted by the Supreme Court. Till the afternoon, it was a normal proceeding as far as the car seva agenda was concerned. And also the fact that when some miscreants tried to run towards the disputed structure or the Babri Mosque on that day, 6th of December 1992, leaders like L.K. Advani and others had tried to intervene and appeal to them not to move towards that. Mr. Advani also in his statement has very clearly mentioned the statement from deposition by Anju Yadav, a police officer posted with him on a security detail, that she had also said that Advani wanted to stop those people rushing, but he was stopped because of security reason. Now, this was what the accused had said. It was a task of the CBI to piece together the evidence. Now, what I am being told that the judge was emphatic about the fact that there were several pictures submitted by the CBI as part of evidence to corroborate that these were the people present on the stage. This is exactly what they were doing. But say, for example, if a picture published in a newspaper was given, the CBI failed to produce the negative for it. That's what is legally required to ensure that there is no morphing or mutilation of a pictorial evidence which has been submitted as evidence by the CBI. Now, why the CBI in 28 years, Preeti, could not get a negative at that time when I know, for example, that the entire media which was beaten up and harassed on that day was extremely cooperative with the investigating agencies. There are several media men who became prime witnesses as far as the events of that day are concerned. Now, why the CBI could not provide negatives to substantiate its own evidence? Why the CBI could not provide parts of the speeches which were made out on that day and prove conclusively that these are provocative speeches indicating to a larger conspiracy? And that's where the question mark over the CBI, Preeti. Since morning, everybody has been, I think for 28 years, everybody has said that the CBI had a vested interest. One, in the manner in which the cases were lodged, the charges were framed, and after that, legal complexities after complexities were created largely to derail the case. And that is where lies the biggest question today. Will the CBI move the senior court, the high court, and how fast it will do to against all the accused being acquitted in the case? Because that will be a test. Will the CBI, under a BJP government or a Narendra Modi-led government, move the high court against the acquittal of in a crime which happened in full public glare?
You know, Rahul, I'm just going through what the judge said. And what's damning, I would reckon, for the CBI is a direct charge, because he says that the evidence was tampered with.
Yes, Preeti. Yes, the judgment has several adverse elements regarding the CBI. And if you read what has transpired over the last so many years, one is not really surprised over this, Preeti, because the very fact that in September 2003, in a Raebareli court, L.K. Advani was acquitted out of the 8 people. Rest of them were supposed to face the charges. And the CBI did not appeal for almost 87 days. It was the 2 plaintiffs in the title suit who went to the High Court and appealed against it. And then the CBI said that we need 3 weeks more time and we will move. That perhaps indicates how the CBI has moved in this case. When the BJP has in power, almost everybody, even the lawyers involved in the case, told me yesterday.
Rahul, stay with me. Let's listen to all the reactions coming in and then coming right back to you. Al Ansari, well, he pretty much had welcomed the verdict, but having said that, let's now cut across back to... All right, let's listen in.
अमित इस तरफ दिखाओ अपना माइक इधर इस तरफ आ जाओ इस तरफ आ जाओ दे दो उनके हाथ में दे दो
Al Ansari is the Ayodhya litigant giving his reaction at the back of a verdict that's acquitted all 32 in the Babri Masjid demolition case. Let's listen in to what he has to say.
आप आ जाओ ये वाइट कर दो पूरा रेड
कदम सर्वर पे दे दे
फिल्टर डाल दो बस फिल्टर डाल दो ये वाला
उनको बता रहा हूँ यार
Cross back to my colleague Rahul Srivastav, who's with us, getting us the latest. You know, Rahul, it's, just to go to what the judge has said. At one point of time, the judge actually turned and said in the verdict that the 32 actually tried to protect the structure from being torn down.
Preeti, one will have to really go into what kind of evidence exists as far as all 32 are concerned. But what I know that the people who were leaders who were sitting on the Ram Katha Kunj stage, which was specially erected for the purpose of the symbolic Karsava, as the accused are saying, there is testimony of people present as far as that location is concerned, that they did try to intervene in stopping the people from going towards the disputed structure, and they were asking the security men that they should be allowed to go closer to the structure so that they can ask all those who had climbed on top or were causing damage to the structure, that they should come back. And the fact that there was a sense of disbelief among these people, they were surprised and shocked at the fact that some people were out to demolish the mosque or had rushed towards the mosque, is corroborated. But whether all of them, all 49 of them or 32 living accused in this case, they actually worked for it, Preeti, one will have to really go through the court records or the kind of